Okay, so when we're doing a prone leg curl, every machine is different, but the setup is relatively similar. The first thing you want to start with is setting up the actual pad for the feet. So the adjustments are going to be either here or on the side. Where you typically want this resting when you are executing the movement is similarly to our leg extension. You want to think about 2 inches off away from the heel. So it's going to be resting right above that Achilles tendon there. So when you get into position, it'll look something like this. Right? This is where it's resting. So my feet are still kind of free moving, but it's in a really comfortable, secure place right above my actual heel bone. And the next thing you want to look at is some machines have an adjustment for the actual degree of how much stretch you're going to get. So typically what you want to do is set it in a place where you do lay down on the machine, and automatically as you flatten your body out, your legs slightly come up. So this will get you in a set position and it'll get some of that slack pulled off so that it's easier to set up into the next part of the movement, which is your actual laying down portion. So when you're here, depending also on where the hand placement is, if you have handles that are more in front of you, it's easier to lock in and tuck your elbows in, pulling yourself into more of a forward placement. If you have the handles down here, it's a very similar concept. You grab, pulls you forward and down. Then we're gonna look at places like our core and our actual quads where they're resting. So sometimes the pads will be a little bit more angled or a little bit more flat. If you're in a position where the pad is a little bit more angled, where you want the actual bridge to be is right around your abdomen and right above your hip bone, meaning that when you crouch down, right, the placement of your ribs is on the angle pad going downward. Your actual leg is on the angle pad going downward that way. And then next thing you're going to do is when you brace your arms, you're going to also lock your ribs in place. So similarly like we do on the leg extension when we bear down with our ribs, exact same thing here. You're going to lock your elbows, grip, bear your ribs down, and the legs will automatically pop up. And then from there, it's pretty straightforward. We're going to make sure that there's a little bit of tension in our knee. We never want to completely lock out our knee, right? Because that's not really good for the knee. So always keep it slightly locked out. Brace, core is engaged, curl up. Now here's where you want to watch your hips, make sure they don't shoot off the pad, right? So what you're going to be thinking about is your actual quads pressing into the pad the entire movement. And that's going to also stop you from kicking your butt with the pad, right? So same thing, you're in, brace, curl up, nice and controlled down, slight bend in the knee, up and down.